In this video, I would like to show you how to export your database. To begin, using the World database, a database is merely a collection of tables, and the tables are where the data is. Similar to a folder on your hard drive that contains files. When you export the database, and I will use the college database as the example, you want to make sure that you have selected the database you wish to export. Now from the Export tab, notice it's confirming that you are exporting the correct database. I have two options, and I will use the Quick option. And what this allows me to do is to export just the tables. I'm not actually going to be exporting the container college_Pelkie. So all the tables will be exported as one SQL file, and I will save this. It will be saved in my Downloads folder. So here is my file, and I can open this in a text, and notice it contains all of the statements used to create the tables, to insert the data, for all of my 4 tables. Now I am back in phpMyAdmin, and I have selected nothing in my left-hand navigation. And from the home page of phpMyAdmin, I will create a new database into which to import those tables. So now that I have the test database selected, I will go to the Import tab, and I will import. Notice that we have our tables, and the database is called test. Just like when you create an HTML document, you create them on your computer and then you upload those files to the web server. This is one way that you can upload your tables to the web server. Export the tables and then import them into the new database on the web server. Now I'm going to show you another way to export the database, and this will not only export the tables, but the actual database container itself. And I will use the test database for the example, and I am in the Export tab. I will now choose the Custom option. Notice the Custom option gives me the ability to only export certain tables, should I wish. Further down, you see the Add Statements, and if I were to check Add Create Database, it will actually create the database for me. When I click Go, it will prompt me to save the database with an SQL extension. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename this file. And I'm going to rename it Sample, just so that there is no confusion. If I open that SQL file in my editor, I see I have the Create Database statement. However, we already have a test database, so I will rewrite the code so that we are using the sample database. Notice I am changing that in 2 places. We will be still creating the same tables. Now I am at the home page in phpMyAdmin, and I will import the sample database from the Import tab, similar to what we did when we imported the World database. So I will browse my computer, and here is the file, and then I will click Go. And now you see I have the new database, and I have the same 4 tables that are also in my test database and my college_Pelkie database. So to sum up, to export the database and/or just the tables, you need to have the database selected. From the Export tab, the first Quick option will export the tables. The second option will allow you to create the database and export the whole container. It is a good idea to back up your database just as you would be backing up your HTML files.